This particular case is about Mr. Rhodes and the other 4 defendants. As you know, there's another set of Oath Keepers who start on Monday, and I don't want to talk anymore in light of the fact that there's another trial beginning on Monday.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
You have been listening to a brief news conference there from Attorney General Merrick Garland, hitting on a number of headlines, including that guilty verdict just 24 hours ago for 2 members of the Oath Keepers, a far-right militia group, on charges of seditious conspiracy. The most serious charges brought yet as it relates to January 6th, with the Attorney General saying that his team has worked tirelessly trying to underline the work that they've done as it relates to the insurrection, and making some news in that Q&A there, including with our own reporters, Yamiche Alcindor and Ken Dilanian in the room, telling Ken, as it relates to the special counsel looking into all things January 6th, Jack Smith, that Mr. Smith has been meeting with members of his team to get up to speed. He's met with the Attorney General. He's working on that front. He said he'd like to have all the transcripts that the House January 6th Select Committee has, but did not say he was satisfied so far with the access that he's gotten on, of course, the Jackson water crisis. He says there is the greatest possible urgency, telling our Yamiche Alcindor they want to get people in that city access to safe and clean drinking water, which is why they brought the court orders that they have so far. Let me get quickly to Ryan Riley, our NBC News justice reporter. Our legal analyst, Paul Butler, is joining me here on set as well. Ryan, an interesting glimpse and a rather unusual glimpse into the workings of the Justice Department from the AG, somebody who doesn't do a whole ton of these press conferences, particularly on the heels of a verdict like what we saw yesterday.
You're exactly right. And it's, not something that he's done because he's been on the bench for so long, right? He was a judge for so long that these press conferences weren't something that you typically do on the bench. Back during the Oklahoma City bombing prosecution in the 90s, he, of course, was more out there. But it's not his sort of natural habitat, I don't think, in front of the camera. But clearly with something, you have a case like this, a seditious conspiracy, this historic verdict in this major case. He wanted to come out and sort of, toot the Justice Department's horn, as well as highlight all the other work that the department is doing across the board in a number of different areas. There's a lot of work ahead in the January 6th investigation. I think that's something to really keep in mind here. As NBC News has reported, there are hundreds of people who have been identified who have not yet been arrested, and there's really a long trajectory for these cases going forward. So sort of laying out what lies ahead on January 6 cases, as well as all these other areas that the Justice Department has a hand in.